Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us tonight on the Bethel Sports Network. I'm Ethan Klein, along with my partner in crime here, Justin Brown. Tonight, we got the Bethel College Pilots, third ranked in the country, Crossroads League champions, and it's senior night for our Pilots. They'll be taking on Marian University. The Knights coming into town here tonight. And Justin, really tonight is all about the seniors. It's senior night. We're celebrating these guys. We've got 5 of them. It's a big class, and it's been a very successful class, trying to still do a lot more.
Yeah, really, especially this year, without these 5 seniors you see there on your screen, Caleb Ochin, Ryan Wassink, Nick Kindig, Jordan Kuhn, and Clay Yo, they would not be where they are today. They would not be as successful. It would not be the team without these 5 guys. So definitely a huge night tonight for these 5 individuals, and a huge night for Bethel basketball.
Well, and all of these guys, I think, have really come so far in the adversity that they have faced. You look at Nick Kindig. I mean, he didn't even know that he was going to be a starter until right before the season this year, and look how he took off. He was stepping in for an injured Caleb Ochin. Ryan Wassink has battled knee injuries his whole career. He's sidelined right now with a hand injury. Clay Yo, we know what he's been going through this year. Jordan Kuhn, early on in his career, missed an entire season due to a back injury. So just to say that all of these guys know what it takes to fight through adversity and come out on top, and that's really what this season has been for the Pilots. Weren't really sure what we were going to get as we see the guys coming out for the final battle warm-ups here, but these guys have come together, led by these 5, to what has been just a magical season to watch.
And really, we've said this a lot this season, it pays tribute to what Coach Lightfoot has done this season. Really, we've said it before, this is his final season, 30 years with the Pilots. He's done an incredible job as far as success on the basketball side, but more importantly, in our interviews with him, he's talked about the relationship, he's talked about the culture of Bethel basketball, and really it starts with his seniors. It starts with those leaders on the team, starts with those guys that are in those positions where the guys follow them. So where they have this leadership, this teamwork, this bonding that the leaders go for, then it really helps for the younger guys to kind of step up and do that as well. So it's huge for those seniors to do that tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think, and this is no slight to any other team, the best leadership I've seen at my time at Bethel for any team. And now we have that senior night ceremony. We're going to honor these 5 incredible players. We're going to throw that down to the court and our PA announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for a special presentation as we honor the Bethel College men's basketball class of 2017. Fans, the 2017 senior class has recorded a record of 104-23 during their 4 years here at Bethel College. That's a winning percentage of over 81%. They currently own a 51-19 record in the Crossroads League. The 2017 class will be the second team since 1999 to play in 4 straight NAIA national tournaments. They've also been a part of the 2014 Crossroads League Tournament Championship team, the 2014 Elite 8 team, and the 2016 Sweet 16 squad. This year, the seniors have led the Pilots to a 25-3 record and have won the 2017 Crossroads League regular season championship. Let's give them a round of applause for that accomplishment. Fans, Coach Lightfoot had this to say about his senior class, quote, "It's been a great class to coach, and it's a wonderful class for me to go out with." That's end of quote. Fans, let's salute the class of Bethel basketball 2017. Our first senior is a 6'5" guard from Bourbon, Indiana, number 0, Clay Yo. Clay is joined by his parents, Russ and Jennifer Yo, and Charlie Winger. During his career, Clay has averaged 19 points, 6 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.2 steals per ballgame. He is currently 19th all-time in scoring with 1,672 career points. Earlier this season, Clay became a member of the 500 Rebound Club and is currently 37th on that all-time list with 512 passing assists. Now, Clay will graduate this spring with a business administration degree. Ladies and gentlemen, Clay Yo. Our second senior, a 6-foot guard from McCordsville, Indiana, number 10, Caleb Ochin. Caleb is joined by his parents, Trey and Lori Ochin. During his career, Ochin has averaged 8.7 points, 3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1 steal per game. Earlier in the season, Caleb became the 54th pilot to surpass the 1,000-point plateau. During his senior year, Ochin is averaging currently 15.1 points, 3.5 assists, and 4.4 rebounds per game. Caleb will graduate with a business administration degree with a marketing concentration. Ladies and gentlemen, salute Caleb Ochin. Our next pilot senior is a 6'3" guard from Warsaw, Indiana, number 15, Jordan Kuhn. Jordan is accompanied by his parents, Tim and Tanya Kuhn. During his 4 years on the court here at Bethel, Kuhn has averaged 6.9 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.7 assists per game. During his senior season, Jordan has improved his averages to 10.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game. Jordan will graduate with 2 degrees, business and pre-law, with a criminal justice minor. Ladies and gentlemen, salute to Jordan Kuhn. Our 4th member of the 2017 Bethel basketball class, a 6'7" forward from Hudsonville, Michigan, number 30, Ryan Wasink. Ryan is joined by his parents, Kurt and Susan Wasink. Despite multiple injuries Wasink has endured, well, he's had a great career. He's averaged 5.7 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per contest. Ryan is also a 2-time NAIA Academic All-American. This season, Wasink is averaging 7.9 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 1+ assists per game. Ryan will graduate this spring with a business administration degree with minors in psychology and criminal justice. Ladies and gentlemen, let's salute Ryan Wasink. And our 5th and final senior, a 5'11" guard from Mentone, Indiana. He's number 32, Nick Kindig. Nick is joined by his parents, Chris and Sharon Kindig. During his 4 years at Bethel, Kindig has worked his way from a junior varsity player in the program to starting point guard on varsity. Nick is one of only 5 pilots in program history with 2 Crossroads League Player of the Week honors in a single season. Kindig has started all 28 games during his senior year and is currently averaging 12.2 points, 2.6 assists, and 2.5 rebounds with 1 steal per game. Nick will graduate in the spring with a sports management degree. Ladies and gentlemen, let's salute Nick Kindig. Fans, at this time, it is with great pleasure that we present the Paul Daggy Award. This award is handcrafted by longtime pilot fan, Mr. Paul Daggy himself, and will be presented to 2 of our seniors. First, to Clay Yo, and secondly, to Caleb Ochin. Fans, Paul has also created an honorary award for Bethel head coach Mike Lightfoot to show his appreciation for his fantastic 30 years of service to Bethel basketball. Coach, here's yours. And Paul, thank you for sharing your gift and blessing each and every year with Bethel College men's basketball. Paul, thank you for your great craftsmanship. Fans, last but not least, additionally, pilot team photographer Keith Cooper has graciously framed a photo for each senior commemorating their time here at Bethel College. Keith, we thank you as well for everything you do for pilot athletics and here in particular for pilot basketball. Fans, one more time. Let's thank our parents for their great support over 4 years, and one more time we salute Clay Yo, Caleb Ochin, Jordan Kuhn, Ryan Wasink, and Nick Kindig, your pilots of 2017. Thank you, gentlemen, for a job well done.
Well, that was a great ceremony, and again, just 5 guys that I don't think Coach Lightfoot could pick any 5 better guys to go out with that certainly signify his style of coaching and his character as a leader, and really what those guys embody for this team. But we do have a game tonight. Marian coming in, and of course they'd love nothing more than to spoil the Pilot senior night, and these guys are fighting to get into the conference tournament right now. They're sitting a couple games behind Grace with 2 games to go, and Grace with a couple of tough matchups. So certainly Marian not out of it in terms of that 8th seed, but they do have to come in and knock off the champs. So certainly they will be fired up for this one, and hopefully the Pilots can come out with some fire, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, both teams having a lot to play with, or play for, excuse me, in tonight's matchup. You have Bethel College obviously playing for the seniors in this game, and Marian trying to make it into that top 8 for the Crossroads. And you see there on your screen the Crossroads League standings. Bethel College dominating at 15-1, and you see Marian down there at the bottom at 4-12. So definitely a big game for both of these teams.
Yeah, so essentially right now, I mean, of course, Bethel has the #1 seed locked up. IWU, the #2 seed. A lot of movement could still happen in the middle there. Of course, that conference tournament starting next Wednesday. Everybody still has 2 games left, and Goshen is out of it down there at the bottom. But the 8th seed still up for grabs. How the middle of that tournament will shake out, we have yet to see. And we got just some team leaders again. And how about it? Just a couple of seniors there. Ryan Wasik, of course, hurt, but leading the team in rebounds. Ochen leading the team in so many categories: points, steals, assists, and then Gage Ott, the defense, leading the team in blocks.
Yeah, definitely you see there, I mean, even with Ryan Wasing being injured, he still is leading the teams in the rebounds. So it's huge that he is injured and he's not able to play, but at the same time, the story this entire season has been guys stepping up. And so even without the #1 rebounder on the team in the game, Bethel College is still able to get a lot of rebounds, a lot of boards that are important for the success in each of their games. So yeah, definitely these 3 guys, especially Caleb Ochen there, you see leading the team in points, steals, and assists, pivotal in the success of the Bethel College Pilots in tonight's matchup.
Well, fingers crossed. We've heard rumor that WAS could make it back for that conference tournament. For sure should be good for the national tournament, which the Pilots have already clinched their place out in Branson. But if WAS could make it back next Wednesday and play in that conference tournament and kind of get his surroundings back before they head to Branson, that would be huge, because he really is a critical piece for the Pilots.
Yeah, it will be huge there for Was. Even just emotionally as a leader on the team, he's a huge player. That we mentioned that a lot about Clay Yo, is that even though Clay with this injury, he maybe hasn't been scoring the most points or as many points as he would be before, but his emotional leadership on the team is huge for these Bethel College Pilots. So we'll see there if Was is able to make it back. Fingers crossed there, because it was definitely a hurt to the team when he got injured. So definitely a huge thing for them if he can come back for these Pilots.
We get ready for the starting lineups here. Of course, for the Pilots, it's going to be same as usual, and most of the guys that we're used to seeing: Nick Kindig, Paul Foreman, Jordan Kuhn, Gage Ott, getting out there along with Caleb Ochen, and Paul Foreman has stepped in really well in Ryan's injury. And as they get ready to do the starting lineups, we'll throw it back down to the PA.
Welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA, we're proud to be participants in the Champions of Character Initiative. We ask each of you to help create a positive, fun, and competitive environment by showing respect for one another. Fans, on behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel College, please enjoy tonight's contest. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise and kindly remove your caps as Bethel College Athletic Director Dr. Tom Visker leads us in tonight's opening prayer.
We ask that they will be able to do that to your name's honor and glory. Be with the coaches, the officials, and all the fans. May this be something which puts a smile on your face. I want to thank you especially for our seniors and the careers that they have and what they've given to the college. And most of all, we thank you for your son, Jesus Christ, in whose name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Fans, please remain standing as we honor America and those who serve and protect our great country with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Bethel College Junior Wesley Lance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Bethel Jr. Wesley Lance, congratulations. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mike Lightfoot Court, inside the Gates Gymnasium here on the campus of Bethel College. This is the White Camp Center. Thank you for attending tonight's men's basketball Crossroads League matchup between the visitors, the Knights of Marian University, and the home team, your Bethel College Pilots. Let's meet the starting lineups now, brought to you by Martin's Supermarkets. Count on Martin's for service and savings. First for the visitors from Marian U. Starting at one guard, a 5'10 sophomore wearing number 4, Wes Stowers. At another guard, a 6-foot senior, number 10, James Crowley. At 1-1 forward for the Knights, a 6'10 senior wearing number 15, Patrick Bell. At another forward for Marian, 6'7 freshman, number 20, Sam Guyman. And at a guard, a 6-foot junior wearing number 22, Curtis Green. Head coach of the Knights in his second season is Carson Harris.
When the lights go black, everybody clap. Clap, 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 clap. When the lights go black, everybody clap. Clap, 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 clap. When the lights go black. When the lights go black, boom. Lights go black. Boom.
right, folks, here we go. Senior night getting ready to tip off. Third-ranked conference champion Bethel College Pilots taking on the Knights of Marian University. It's going to be Gage Ott against Patrick Bell on the tip. Justin, we'll see if the Pilots can get off to a little bit better start than they did on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely going to be key in the start for the Pilots here. They had a little bit of a rough start. You mentioned it there in their last game here, but we'll see if they can come out hot tonight's matchup.
Well, Pilots may not be chasing a conference title anymore, but chasing history. If they win out these last two games, it'll be the best conference finish for any team in the Crossroads League in the last 20 years. So still a lot to play for the Bethel College Pilots. Gage Ott drives in and going to call an offensive foul against Gage, so he extended the arm against Bell. So Pilots going to turn it over on their first possession.
That's going to be key in tonight's matchup. You see Gage Ott down low. He is an animal in the paint. So we'll see if he can stay out of foul trouble. It's going to be huge for him tonight. And then as well as just him dominating down low, we'll see what the matchups he gets there, because he is definitely a huge effect against most defenses.
And if that's on Gage, that is going to be bad news for the Pilots. We're 30 seconds into this one. And it's going to go against the Knights, Curtis Green, on an illegal screen. That would have been big if Gage had been tagged with that one. So each team turns it over their first possession. Back comes Nick Kindig. Swinging it out to Paul Foreman. Paul driving down the lane, looking for some help. Just throws it up, draws the foul. And Paul will head to the free throw line, where he has been money this season.
Yeah, Paul Foreman's another one, just like Gage Ott, down low. They're huge in these games, so we'll see if they continue to keep fighting down low. And Paul Foreman is incredible from the free throw line, so we'll see if that comes into effect tonight.
And Paul gets the friendly roll to open up the scoring tonight. Very quickly, here we already have a sub. Andrew Jordan going to check in for the Knights. And Paul hits both, so Pilots up 2-0 here. Driving down lane, Green, tough take, just couldn't finish. Nick Kindig's gonna try a three, he's good. And Nick Kindig's senior season, that is what we have come to expect. And he hits that one to start his night off well.
Yeah, if Nick can get going, that's also going to be huge for the Pilots, because he is money from behind the arc. So we'll see if he can continue to get some good shots up.
Driving down the lane, good job by Nick to stop his man. James Crawley couldn't get that one to go, and back come the Pilots. Nick's gonna try another one. He's feeling it, front iron, no good. Ball tipped out, and it's Wes Stowers. Stowers up ahead, driving down the lane, throws it up, finds nothing, and a foul. Comes back, tried to get that ball from Gage Ott. Stowers averaging 19 points a game to lead his team, so certainly Pilots have to do a good job on him tonight, and you can see the speed there out in transition.
And that's some tough transition defense there from the Pilots. That's also going to be a big factor in tonight's matchup, is their transition defense. It's got to be huge tonight.
Here's Caleb Ochin looking for somewhere to go. He finds Jordan Kuhn. Jordan gonna try to drive in, go off glass. He gets the roll. Pilots off to a 7-0 start. Here's Crawley. Hand off to Stowers. And Marian's gonna work around the top. Stepping into a jumper, front iron, no good. That's gonna be off of Paul. They give it to the Pilots. They say Bell got in there. I thought Paul knocked that out of bounds. Here's Gage Ott. And do a little handoff. Jordan Kuhn, a jumper, deep two, no good. Stowers on the rebound. Crawley going down the lane, gonna swing it back out. Here's Stowers. Floater in the lane, can't get the roll, and that one will go off of Paul. Bell got a hand on it, and it hit Paul in the chest and went out. So we'll stay down here. And into the game for the first time, Clay Yo and Luke Fisher. Nick and Gage going to take a seat. Here's Crawley now. The Knights try to set up their offense. Deep three there, and it is good. Curtis Green. Crossover goes right into his jumper, and the Knights are on the board. Screen from Luke Fisher. Gonna swing it over. Luke's gonna try to answer with a three of his own. Comes up completely empty. Stowers and Paul both went after it. They say Paul touched it last, and that will be to the Knights.
I don't know if that's quite the shot they wanted there early on the shot clock. Luke Fisher, not one of the best shooters on the team, but he has made a couple threes in previous games, so we'll see.
Probably falls down there, is able to keep his dribble and keep the possession alive for the Knights. Screen from Bell. They're going to try to do a little swing out. Bell looking to go to work on Paul Foreman. Loses dribble, gets it back, swings it to the corner, in goes Stowers off glass, and he gets the roll. Clay Yo now was very aggressive in a 20-point effort on Saturday. We'll see if he tries to get going. Here's Paul driving down the lane. No foul called. Steal there by Crawley. Back he comes up the court. Looking to go in against Luke Fisher. Good defense there by Luke as Crawley was driving in. Jordan Kuhn driving baseline off glass and good. And that's when Jordan Kuhn really shines offensively. He's done much better from beyond the arc this season, but when he gets his man one-on-one and he can get around him, does a very good job going to the basket and finishing.
And that was a really confident move there from the senior. Two there for Marian. But yeah, Jordan Kuhn definitely has improved from behind the arc, but really he is most confident. He really does best when he gets that power dribble and kind of gets down inside the paint. So it's a good move there from Smooth. See if we can get some more out of him tonight.
Risky pass from Paul and almost resulted in a turnover. Crawley could not keep his feet in bounds. You say he had possession of it though, so it'll be a fresh 30. So we hit our under 16 timeout. Pilots up 9-7, but Justin, they scored the first 7 points of this game, and Marian has really slowed things down and gotten it back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, Bethel got the start they wanted. They went up 7-0, definitely where they wanted to go, but slowly the Knights have come crawling back. It is only a 2-point lead for your Pilots. So we'll see now what the Pilots do to adjust, because they came out well. They had some good transition plays there, took a couple of shots that probably weren't the smartest, had a couple turnovers that also just get some dumb plays there. So we'll see if the Pilots can come out of this timeout and really attacking the Knights here, because transition is where they excel most. So they continue to push the ball down the court. Pilots definitely will succeed.
Well, the Knights have definitely gotten this back to, I think, the type of game they want it to be. Really, any team wants it to be against the Pilots, a slower-paced game. The Pilots live to get it running up and down the court, and they haven't really been able to do that since that quick start. Will still be Pilot ball, though, coming out of this timeout. Caleb Ochin to inbound it. Here's Clay Yo. Clay attacking down the lane, loses it. Here's Patrick Bell. Green trying to attack Gage. He's going to bring it back out. And good job there by Gage, denying that pass. Jordan Kuhn can handle his own on the block, but certainly mismatch in size. And Gage did a good job of not letting it get to that point.
Yeah, Gage has continued to impress me with his perimeter defense. He's a big dude and he usually stays down in the paint, but when he gets out there on the outside, he does pretty well. He's pretty quick on his feet, so good heads-up play there from Gage with 12 left on the shot clock.
Here's Crawley. Gonna swing it over Stars. Got a good look from three, no good. Here's Caleb Ochin. Mid-range jumper from Luke Fisher. He hits that one, missed his first shot, was able to hit that, and we've touched on this a lot when Luke comes in. Just good to see him try to get into some rhythm with as much time as he missed early in the season. Little double team down low. Great job by Luke and Gage. Here's Caleb Ochin up ahead of the pack, going in, couldn't keep a handle on it, but Luke Fisher right there for the putback. And we have a timeout from Coach Carson Harris. And out of that media timeout, Pilots came back and got a couple of good looks, especially that last one in transition. And so Coach Harris does not want to see the Pilots start playing that kind of basketball.
Well, Luke definitely did a good job there. He had that tough mid-range jumper there, and then even the hustle play to kind of put those 2 points in the bucket off the miss from Caleb Ochin. So Luke Fisher definitely playing well, definitely playing confident. And once again, that's kind of tribute to this coach and true to this team, is that anybody can come off the bench and play well. And that's really just well done there from Lightfoot, as we've continued to praise him this entire season, that he has this team where guys can step up, even guys that don't get a lot of playing time. So well done, Luke Fisher. Pilots now up by 6 with just over 14 left in this first half.
Casey Earls, his first time into the game. Swing it back around to Stowers. Jake Mills now going to give it back to Earls. And Earls traveling. Got Luke Fisher to bite on that move, but he took an extra step, and it's a turnover back to the Pilots. Here's Trayvon Covington, first time into the game. Almost walked. I think he did keep that foot, and he was able to get a jumper up and in. That's a 3, no good from Patrick Bell. Here comes Trayvon, full head of steam, and no kick ball called. It certainly did go off a Marian player's foot. Ends up being a turnover. And down the lane, and good from Curtis Green.
Seemed like a kick ball to me, but ref's not going to get the call there.
Here's Clay Yo. Looking to make a move. He throws up a floater, and good. Took Jake Mills to work right there. That is the new Clay Yo. A lot of back to the basket, driving in, being very physical, coming back from this injury. Not really the jump shooter and slasher that we grew accustomed to early in Clay's career, as Gage Ott all over it on the defensive end, blocking that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely not the Clay Yo that we saw coming into Bethel, but he's adjusted his play because of that knee injury. It's still, he's very confident down low. He's done a great job this season of really his down low play, his inside game. He's done great with. So well done there, Clay Yo. We'll see if he continues to get more looks like that in this game.
Just 5 seconds on the shot clock here for Stowers. Trying to get past Kuhn. He had to pull up for a jumper, no good. Here come the Pilots. Nice move there by Nick Kindig, faking that handoff, got a good look. That ball gets tipped out. Pilots will reset. Trayvon Covington thought about it, took it, and no good. There's a deep 3 front iron, no good. That was Casey Earls. Here's Jordan Kuhn, thought about a 3, drives baseline, gives it up to Clay Yo, and he gets the roll. And for the first time tonight, the Pilots have a 10-point lead.
There's a lot of unselfish play there from the Pilots. Smooth, not taking this shot there, giving it to Nick, finding a great pass to Clay Yo. Easy 2 points.
Great crossover there from Stowers, couldn't finish, and then trying to get the offensive board was Sam Guyman. Ends up going out of bounds to the Pilots.
Subs for the Pilots. Clay Yo is going to take a seat. Gonna let Caleb Ochin back onto the court. Just over 11 minutes left in this first half. Pilots up by 10.
Here's Trayvon Covington again. We move around. Caleb Ochin has yet to find a basket here tonight. Paul Foreman driving in, very physical, missed the shot. Driving in, nice move there was Andrew Jordan. Little hesitation move, got it to go, bringing it back to 19-11. Pilots lead. Here's Jordan Kuhn, gets a good look from three, can't get it. Caleb Ochin, offensive rebound, stuck in the lane, had to swing it out. Nick Kindig goes off of his own foot. Stowers, head of steam, getting up ahead. Nick getting back. Great job there by Nick Kindig. Getting back, stopping the fast break. Speaking of fast break, that's Trayvon Covington, usually a one-man fast break. Knights do a good job of slowing him down, and Pilots will reset.
Lightfoot there yelling at the guys to settle down, play a little out of control, as there's going to be a block, I believe, against Marian. But Lightfoot yelling at the guys. They're pushing a little too fast there, especially Trey on the last one. Forcing it a little too much. They're going to slow things down a little bit there, which you rarely will hear Lightfoot tell the guys to do. So,
well, we talk a lot about the Pilots playing at a high speed, but there is a good sense of control to it. That is the game plan. They know what they're doing. It's not, they don't want it to be hectic, and sometimes they do get a little ahead of themselves. Jordan Kuhn now fires in a pass baseline. Luke and Jordan fighting over it. I believe they're going to say that it's going to stay here. Marian bench not happy with that call. Quick inbound to Jordan Kuhn. He gets fouled on the shot. So he'll shoot a couple free throws here. And Jordan's able to step up, hit the first free throw. Job by Smooth there, stepping up and taking advantage of that trip to the line, going 2 for 2, getting it back to a 10-point Pilot lead. Here, just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. And it's James Crawley. A step back, deep two, back iron, no good. Jordan Kuhn on the rebound. Gonna shoot it up ahead. Caleb Ochin driving in, and he gets it to go. Here's Green taking a three. That's no good. Paul Foreman on the rebound. Here's Paul, just spin move down the lane. What a move, Paul Foreman. That's gonna bring another timeout from Carson Harris. Pilot bench fired up, seeing Foreman with that one.
It's an impressive move there from P-Head. Well done. Getting down low real quick, making it look easy. 2 points there for the sophomore. Pilots up by 14 now with just over 9 left in the first half. Pilots looking very confident. What does Marian need to do as they come to this timeout to kind of step things up?
Well, we saw it earlier. You know, Pilots got off to that real hot start. Marian slowed it down, and we've seen the Pilots be able to impose their will these last 3-4 minutes here, getting up and down the court at their speed. Got a little hectic there for a stretch, and Coach Lightfoot telling the guys to slow it down a little bit. They did. So Marian, if they want to make sure this game doesn't get away from them, they got to go back to that slow pace of play. If you take a shot within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock offensively, I think you're just playing right into the Pilot hands. That's a deep three, and he's got it. KC Earls stepping into one there. Big shot for Marian out of that timeout. Here's Nick Kindig now back to the basket, turning around. Nick Kindig playing the post a little bit there. He gets a jumper to go. Stowers giving it up to KC Earls. Guyman nowhere to go. Gage shot, fantastic defense there. Marian trying to reset, under 10 on the shot clock. Driving in and a foul on Luke Fisher. That was Curtis Green going to the basket, and he'll have 2 free throws coming up.
Tough there for Luke to defend Fisher, or excuse me, to defend Stowers, I believe that who it was. Green, Curtis Green. But yeah, tough there for Luke. He's a quick guy down low, just not able to get around that. Got the easy foul, and the first to go there for Marian.
Second free throw, no good. Tipped up in the air. Gage Ott able to track down the rebound for the Pilots. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Pilots up 27-15. Caleb Ochen's going to try a 3, no good. Luke trying to get the offensive rebound, can't. Jordan will slow things down. There's Green driving down lane again. Gage Ott again for the second time. Sends Green's shot out of bounds. And that will be our under 8 media timeout after that block. So when we come back, it'll still be Marian ball. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Really, Justin, it feels like outside of that stretch there, about the 18-minute mark when Marian looked like they were slowing things down and kind of getting their offense going. Since then, it seems like any points they've scored have kind of come by happenstance almost a little bit. It hasn't really seemed like they've executed their offense as much as they've happened to score.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the offensive production there is definitely struggling. It's more coming off of either the mistakes from the Pilots or just really they just happen to get a couple of points or so. So really the offensive production for Marian is struggling. They aren't getting the looks that they want offensively, and really that's a tribute to the Bethel defense that they're shutting down those easy looks that Marian is getting, and so they're forcing either Marian to take shots they don't want to take, or the transition off a turnover. That's where Marian's getting all their points from.
Well, the Pilots really have made their money defensively this season, attacking the other team's best player. Wes Stowers tonight, only 4 points, and he averages 19 on the season to lead the Knights. So right there, Pilots going after their #1 guy and saying, can anybody else step up when he's not hitting? Is Stowers to inbound it up to Jordan. Jordan driving in against Paul, and a foul on Paul. Just the 3rd foul on the Pilots. Here's Green. Giving it off to Jordan. Jordan just going to take a jumper, no good. Trayvon Covington driving past his man, baseline. A burst of speed there from Trayvon. Here's Green. And Stowers got himself in no man's land, turned it over. Trayvon going up ahead again. And a foul. That's going to be a block on Wes Stowers. Got himself set, but Trayvon going around him. He leaned into him a little bit. That'll just be Marian's 6. So from here on out, the Pilots will be in the bonus. They'll get a fresh 30 off of this one. And Caleb Ochen to inbound it. Cleo wants it down low. He wants to attack his man. And they're going to call foul on KC Earls. You see there why Clay Yo wanted it down low against Earls. First free throw up and good from Clay. He'll have one more coming to him. Pilots up 30-15 here. About 7 minutes to go in the first half. Clay cannot get that one to roll home, and Jordan with the rebound. Stowers driving down the lane, throws up a floater, front iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Bell, that no good. Here comes Caleb Ochin looking to go up ahead. Trayvon Covington steps back into a three, front iron, no good. That's going to be a foul against Bell underneath. He's not happy with it, but he pushed Gage out of the way, trying to get a rebound. And Gage is going to have a 1-and-1. Able to hit the first, so he'll get another one. Front iron, no good there from Gage. So it's one of his two free throws. Pilots go up 31-15. There's Curtis Green. Diamond trying to drive in. Clay Yo sticking with it, getting the block out of bounds. And the Pilots right now, you're just watching the communication. You're hearing them yell switch. I mean, they're changing off on all the screens, and nobody seems to be out of position tonight. Just suffocating defense from the Pilots.
Yeah, defense is solid for the Pilots. You see there's just under 5 seconds now on the shot clock.
Curtis Green is able to step into a three there, but seems like we were just talking about how good they were playing, and he hits that three. But certainly tonight, and again, this stretch that the Pilots have been on, it's been led by the defense, not by their offense. There's a turnover there from Clay Yo, and Curtis Green trying to run up ahead. Crowley, and what a steal from Trayvon Covington. He gets up ahead of his man and lays it up and in. I know Trayvon wanted to dunk that one, but he was smart, pulled back, laid it up and in, got the easy transition basket. And another almost steal there. Paul Foreman got in, got a hand on that ball. Here's Guyman, will turn around against Trayvon Covington down the lane. Here's Trayvon sizing up his man. He's going to swing it back around. Caleb Ochin takes a three, and he knocks it home. Tell he wanted to set up a play, but didn't like what was happening in front of him, and he just pulls from downtown and hits it. And Caleb's got 5. Driving in is Green. Paul Foreman right there for the denial. Trayvon driving down the lane is going to swing it back out. Now he's going to get it in the corner. He's going to take a three, front iron, no good. Here's Green going up ahead of everybody, and Gage going to pick up the foul there. So that'll be Gage's second. Would think that that would probably end his first half here. 4 minutes to go before halftime. back iron, no good there by Green on the free throw, and plenty of Pilot subs checking into the game. We got Jordan Kuhn, Nick Kindig, Kyle Thompson, and Luke Fisher. So Clay Yo, the only one staying out on the floor here from that little substitution. Green goes 0 for 2 that trip, so back come the Pilots. 4 minutes to go, 36-20. Kyle Thompson now. Cleo looking to attack his man. Drives in, throws it up off glass, no good. Tipped and out of bounds. It'll stay here. Close there. Again, I thought Clay was the last one to touch that, but official says that Sam Guyman was. It will be Pilot ball out of bounds. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. There's Luke Fisher. He's going to take a mid-range jumper. Missed long. Here's Jordan, gets past his man, and a heck of a move. A reverse layup off the glass. Andrew Jordan. There's a cutting Luke Fisher, and he's fouled by Jordan. He's not going to let Luke have that free throw. Wrapped him up, turned him around.
Lightfoot there, talking to the ref, trying to get the intentional call. I don't think he's going to get it, but bit of a rough foul there. Luke's getting free throws. First will go there for Fisher.
That also puts the Pilots in the double bonus, so they'll be shooting 2 free throws for the final 3 minutes here, and Pilots themselves have only committed 4 fouls, so they still have a couple to give before Marian starts shooting any free throws. And Luke able to hit both that trip to the line. Pilots have been pretty good from the line here in this half. I think only missing 2 free throws. Here's Jordan driving in. Little turnaround jumper in the lane is good. Swing it over to Ochin. Takes a 3, his man stepped away from him and he knocks it down. Hand down, man down. Guyman went underneath the screen, and Caleb is always going to shoot that shot. Luke Fisher trying to stay with his man. Fouled him. It was not a shooting foul, so it'll be Marian ball out of bounds. Luke will have to take a seat. That's his second. They're going to bring Gage Ott back in. So interesting here. The Pilots do have a lead. They've had a lead most of this game. It's felt pretty comfortable, but Gage getting his 3rd foul wouldn't be good as Caleb Ochin steals the inbound pass. Trying to take it himself. Nick Kindig saves it from being a turnover. Caleb Ochin saves it from going out of bounds. And for somewhere to go. Gives it to a cutting Paul Foreman, who lays it up and in. Bit of a hectic possession there for the Pilots, but Caleb Ochin able to find a cutting Paul Foreman to finish it out. And a foul there on Caleb. But he has hands on KC Earls. Pilots approaching a 20-point lead here in the first half, up 43-24. Minute 46 on the clock. As Gage Ott takes a seat.
at this point, still impressed by the amount of fouls really from Bethel. Only with 6 in the first half. Miscommunication there from Marian, keeping it alive. But Bethel usually very aggressive on defense, and still with only 6 fouls, definitely a better play there from the Pilots.
Here's Mills stepping into a jumper, no good. Rebound, Jordan Kuhn. Swinging it back around. Jordan thought about a jumper, dumped it off to Clay Yo. Clay takes a jumper, no good. Paul Foreman can't get the rebound. Here's Crawley. Jordan Kuhn stepped down and gave Crawley the space to knock a 3 home. Cleo thought about a 3, ends up swinging it out to Nick Kindig. Final minute here of the first half, and a miscommunication. Clay cannot hook up with Paul and ends up going out of bounds. Saw that a lot. There's a couple week stretch there where that seemed to be a reoccurring thing for the Pilots, that miscommunication on the entry pass. Haven't seen it in a while. Hope that does not become a trend again here late in the season.
Yeah, frustrated Mike Lightfoot now as the Pilots definitely kind of beating themselves up. Still a comfortable lead, but a couple of turnovers definitely could have been avoided.
Here's Mills, gonna take a 3, no good, and Nick Kindig on the rebound. Shot clock is off, and Nick realizes that slows things down here. Final 20 seconds, Pilots should get the last shot of the first half. Pilots start their offense. Here's Clay Yo. We go down to Paul. Paul in the lane, drives in, throws up a shot, no good, and that will end the first half. Not sure if that's the possession Mike Lightfoot wanted there. He seems frustrated. Maybe more with the officials than anything. I think he wanted to call there when Paul was driving in, but as it stands, a 43-27 Pilot lead here at halftime. Last couple minutes of that half definitely slowed things down and got a little sloppy, but didn't hurt the Pilots too much as we have this 16-point halftime lead.
Yeah, Pilots looking very confident in that half, and most impressive for me was the defense. Really solid defense there from the Pilots all the way around. Great job. And even then, we usually, at this point in the game, there's a lot of guys that are having some fouls, a lot of guys that are in foul trouble. And so it was impressive for me to only have those 6 fouls in that first half, because a lot of times with this Bethel team, guys get in foul trouble. So well done there defensively for the Pilots.
Well, it's not just senior night for the basketball players. It is also senior night for a couple of our cheerleaders, too. We're honoring them at halftime, and we'll throw it down to the PA.
Mark and Beth Coleman. She's studying psychology with a minor in communications. Kayla has been a part of the cheer team for 3 years. She has served as captain of her team and received second place in the CCA Partner Stunt Competition. Kayla's personality is contagious both on and off the mat. She's been a very true leader to this Pilot cheerleading program. Ladies and gentlemen, let's salute Kayla Coleman. And our other senior we'll be recognizing tonight. Let's salute Richie Nagy. Richie is the son of Eric and Christy Nagy. He has studied elementary education with a concentration on social studies here at Bethel. Richie's been committed to the BC Cheer program all 4 years he's attended. He's one of the captains this year and was awarded a first place at the CCA Partner Stunt Competition. Richie has a great work ethic and determination to get any skill his coaches throw his way. Let's salute our 2 senior cheerleaders. Again, Richie Nagy and Kayla Coleman. Thank you both. You'll both be missed dearly, and thank you to both of you for a job well done. Fans, just a reminder, believe it or not, summer will not not be far away. You can find Bethel Sports Camp information at the tables inside the Y Camp Center lobby area. Plan now for a great summer.
Okay, and just continuing the senior night festivities here, honoring our cheerleaders as well. We got some stats for you here from that first half. For Marian, Wesley Stowers, 4 points. James Crawley, 3. Sam Guyman with 2. Curtis Green leading the way with 9. Casey Earls coming off the bench with 3, and Andrew Jordan also off the bench with 6 points. So right there, really nobody got going too much for the Knights. Green with a good first half at 9 points, but the big thing, as we said, Pilots do a good job of shutting down the other team's best player, and Stowers 4 points on 2 of 9 shooting. Coach Lightfoot has to be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely positive all the way around for Bethel in that first half. And looking now more at the stats, comparing really the scoring is in the paint. Marian's got 10 points, Bethel's got 24. And then coming off the bench, Marian has 9 and Bethel has 17. So looking at those two right there, it's the hustle play down low out of Paul and Gage and even Luke. You saw Clayo getting down low as well. So hustle play from those guys, and then guys coming off the bench, 17 points in the first half. That's well done there from the Pilots, is that it's not just those starting 5 guys that are getting up all the points. It's these guys coming off the bench, coming off and contributing to the scoring. So great job there from the Pilots. Those bench points and points in the paint, that's huge for me in the first half.
Yeah, for the Pilots, it really was a spread attack. Gage Ott with 1 point, Paul Foreman 6, Caleb Ochin with 8 to lead the way. Jordan Kuhn with 6, Nick Kindig with 5, and then some of that bench scoring that you talked about, Clay Yo 5, and Trayvon Covington, Luke Fisher each coming in, getting 6 apiece. So almost every Pilot that played scored. Kyle Thompson did not score, but he did not get up a shot. So every Pilot that did take a shot scored in that first half, and really everybody getting involved. Kind of surprising that Gage Ott, just with that 1 point, he actually didn't put up a shot either in that first half. His point came from the free throw line. And so that's been 2 games in a row that Gage hasn't really been a factor offensively in the first half, but certainly made his presence felt on the defensive end, had a couple of big blocks.
Yeah, it's big there from Gage, at least 2 blocks from Gage. We saw a block from Paul and a block from Clay as well. So 4 blocks there, 0 for Marian. Great defensive play from the Pilots. Impressed really. And another thing going back to this is just the fouls, is that in this first half, Bethel is not fouled. They had 6 fouls. And so that's impressive for me, is that a lot of the times in these first halves, you see that the Pilots really get aggressive defensively and they really attack the guys when they have the ball, and that leads to a lot of foul trouble. So great job from the Pilots, way to be patient, way to be just really comfortable there defensively, not drawing those dumb fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that credit, Marian only shot 4 free throws in that first half. The Pilots taking 10. So that was certainly a big thing for the Pilots. I'll have some more breakdowns for you here after this break, but before that, we're going to bring you a word from our sponsors.
Here at Bethel College, we know that 750 plus wins and 3 NAIA championships comes with hard work, dedication, and preparation. Hey coach, it's game time.
The Bethel Communication Department focuses on the development of practical skills. So students who come into our program develop over the course of their over the course of their time here at Bethel, they develop a career-ready portfolio.
I think that communication is such a key. No matter what field you're going into, no matter what career you're going to be going into, you can't argue that being a better communicator isn't going to help you in that field. So I think it's important that if you have something worth saying and if you've acquired some knowledge, that you also have the skills to communicate that to others. That's going to help you in life, it's going to help you in relationships, and it's going to help you in your working career. So I think it's very important that we are able to build better communicators.
Our student media offers a lot of opportunities for students. We have a digital newspaper called The Beacon, and we have a digital yearbook called The Helm, all managed by students and produced by students. We have the radio station here, BC Pilot Radio, in which we webcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, again managed and run by students. We have a TV news program called Bethel Primetime, in which we do a 30-minute, half-hour TV news show. Again, students write, produce, shoot, and edit all of the videos and do the anchoring segments for that program. And we also have the Bethel Sports Network, in which we do live streaming of various Bethel sporting events. Again, all student-driven. Students do the announcing, they do the shooting, they do the directing, the technical directing, all aspects of a live sports presentation.
So generally, we take in an not-for-profit who needs to have a project done, and the class works together in groups, and we do an audit of the organization and present our ideas, and so the organization walks away with a plan they can implement, and everyone has an example of a plan that they've done in class that can go in that portfolio I mentioned earlier.
Thanks for those advertisements there from everybody in the communications department, the Bethel Sports Network, backing us up here, and Justin and I get to do this. Wouldn't be able to do it without everybody behind the scenes, so always want to give shout outs and thanks to all of them as the guys get warming up here, getting ready for the second half. And Justin, we always talk about the rebounding and the turnovers. Pilots lost the turnover battle in the first half, 8-6. There's just a couple stretches there where the Pilots got sloppy, especially late in that first half. But we talked about the dominating in the paint scoring-wise, Bethel 24-10. That also comes through in the rebounding game as well. Pilots winning that battle 26-17. Nine's a pretty good margin for one half.
Yeah, great work down low. We continue to hit that point, is that in the paint, the Pilots did a great job, both with scoring and with the rebound. So that's really just comes from hustle play and good position off of the shot. So well done there from the Pilots, leading 26-17 in the rebounding category. So great job there from the Pilots for rebounding.
Really, above all else, again, we keep harping on this, but just the defensive effort. To only give up 27 points, especially in this league with the high caliber talent that every team has, to hold a team to 27 points in a half is just really, really great team defense. That's not just one player succeeding. That is all 5 guys on the court at the same time working together to stop the ball.
Yeah, huge team effort from the Pilots on the defensive side. You touched on a little bit the communication we heard earlier in this half is that the defensive communication is huge for these guys, is that the help side defense is stepping up and the communication of, because there was a lot of screens on the Marian offense, so for guys to be able to either switch or hedge or just cover the other guy's man as they came off those screens, that was a great job there from the Pilots. Communication defensively, they did great.
Well, looking ahead, Pilots' final regular season game is this Saturday down at St. Francis as the Pilots try to finish off just a one-loss conference campaign. As we have a surprise here down on the court. Coach Lightfoot, not the only guy leaving the basketball sidelines at the end of the season. Assistant head coach Tony Natale going to go move on to some other opportunities here at Bethel College. Not going to be coaching anymore, and he's being surprised now by his wife and by everybody here down at half court. So everybody's saluting him as well, and just a great duo, Coach Natale and Coach Lightfoot, both hanging it up at the same time as far as basketball goes, and just again another chance to honor all these guys, their last regular season game here on the newly named Mike Lightfoot court. But again, looking ahead to this Saturday, that was a game that you and I called a couple weeks ago here, the first time St. Francis and Bethel met. It was a top 10 matchup. It was a very hyped up game, and it was a great game. St. Francis was really coming back down the stretch. Fell apart a little bit. There was a couple technicals called at the end. Head coach Lacrosse was eventually ejected from the game, and that really sunk the ship as far as St. Francis' chance of winning that one. So certainly those guys are going to be fired up on Saturday with the Pilots coming in, and you saw the conference standings earlier. They still have a lot to play for in terms of seeding, so that should be a fantastic game on Saturday down in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, it'll be a big game for both teams. It'll be a fun game to watch as well. You mentioned it earlier in the season that it was the top 10 matchup. Got really heated. It was a fun game to watch, fun game to call. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, we are approaching the second half of this matchup between the visiting Marian Knights and your Bethel College Pilots. So Pilots definitely came out strong in the first half. Hopefully they can match that in the opening of the second half, as we are just 30 seconds away from the start of the second half.
Marian will start with the ball. And remember, folks, this is the final regular season game here at home for the Pilots. But next Wednesday, they will host the opening round game of the Crossroads League tournament. Opponent to be decided. If things ended today, it would be against Grace. Bethel Sports Network will have that next Wednesday, again, 7 o'clock tip. And if they keep winning, they could have another home game on the following Saturday and then the following Tuesday. So hopefully these Pilots still have at least 3 more home games after this one here tonight. But this is the night where we celebrate the seniors on senior night. Everybody chipping in that first half. We'll see if they can keep it going here in the second half, as we have Curtis Green trying to drive in past Gage on, and he's going to get it to go. So Marian will open up the scoring in the second half. Jordan Kuhn coming back in a hurry, couldn't finish. Here comes Crawley driving in. Little floater high off the glass, no good. Patrick Bell, the offensive rebound and put back. So bang, bang, Marian, first 2 possessions getting on the board. Brings it to a 43-31 game. Jordan Kuhn, an aggressive pass, and Gage Ott was not there. He turns around and says, calm down a little bit. Turnover for the Pilots, and a chance for Marian to get this thing down to 10, maybe even single digits.
Definitely not the start you wanted for the second half. 4 points for Marian, now the ball. So see the Pilots can kind of step things up, wake up in this second half, and continue to push this lead.
Here's Stowers down the lane, little floater, no good. Stowers still can't get going. Here's Nick Kindig. He's going to take a 3, no good. And a foul. That is going to be on Sam Guyman. He was trying to get the rebound against Paul Foreman. Paul had position, and Guyman pushed him out of the way. Pilots catching a break there, going to get an extra possession. They have yet to score here in the second half. And a steal by Stowers. He goes up ahead, brings it across his body, can't finish. Crowley's there, he finishes. And Marian finding ways to score, even with Stowers not on it tonight. And Coach Lightfoot wants a timeout as Marian has come out, scored the first 6 points of this half, and we have a 10-point game, Justin.
Not the start the Pilots wanted, and definitely not the start that they had in that first half. Coming out a little flat here in half number 2. 6 unanswered points for Marian, so Lightfoot definitely getting those guys fired up. He's frustrated that the guys just played, they're better than this. That's not the Bethel College team that we know. So he's definitely trying to get them fired up, trying to get them going, whereas on the Marian side, they're feeling great. They're feeling confident. They've done a great job in this second half to come out strong. They've done well defensively to shut down the Pilots, giving them some turnovers, and they've scored 6 unanswered points. So we've called many games this season where the Pilots have had a consistent, confident lead, and they kind of let that dwindle away, and it gets the other team back in this game. So by no means do we leave Marian out of this game. Bethel's got to step things up, though, and start playing the Bethel College basketball that they know how to play.
Well, and watch out, because sometimes all it takes for a guy to break out of a funk is to see the ball go through the basket. So if Stowers hits a shot and Marian is keeping this game relatively close, that could really be a spark for them. So Pilots need to get going while he is still down. Here's Caleb Ochin now getting a screen, cutting into the middle of the lane, and another turnover. This time by Caleb Ochin. Here comes Crowley. They can get it to a single-digit game as Guyman drives in and one. Paul Foreman got caught backpedaling. Guyman went through the contact, laid it up and in, and if he hits this, we'll have a 7-point game. 8-0 run to start off the second half for the Knights with a free throw coming up. Can't hit it. And almost another turnover there as Curtis Green jumping that pass, knocking it out of bounds. We have a foul underneath. It's going to be on Patrick Bell. So Bell's third there. And they're going to send Andrew Jordan to the scorer's table, coming on the next dead ball. And on the inbound play, Clay Yo gets an easy look at it to get the Pilots on the board here in the second half. Swing it over to Guyman. Patrick Bell looking to make something happen. Back to the basket, throws up a shot off glass and good. Tough shot there from Patrick Bell, but he gets it to go home. Clay Yo spotting up for a three, and he hits it. Have not seen much of that out of Clay Yo since coming back from the injury, but he can still shoot it when he has to. He gets the Pilots back to a double-digit lead. Here's Green driving down the lane, gives it up to Guyman, throws it up there, no good. Rebound tipped out, and it'll go to the Pilots. Patrick Bell knocked that one out of bounds. Well, interesting that Coach Harris leaving Patrick Bell out there. If he gets his fourth, he would have to sit for a considerable amount of time, and he is a big body down low for the Knights.
Yeah, we'll see if the Pilots try to attack that, give it down there to Gage, try and draw that fourth foul.
It's Clay Yo from outside, though. Clay feeling it, back-to-back threes, and just like that, Pilots back up 14.
Definitely not seen a lot of that out of Clay since the return from the injury. There's a couple of confident shots that are going to go. Pilots get the 6 points, increase in the lead, definitely some points they needed.
Just like that, Clay has 13 here on senior night. Missed 3 from Andrew Jordan as he tried to answer. There's Jordan Kuhn driving down the lane, almost loses it. That will go off of I believe, Jordan out of bounds. The Pilot ball, Nick Kindig to inbound it. And that's going to be our under 16 timeout. The first 4 minutes have gone by here in the second half. It's that quick 8-0 run from the Knights to get it back to an 8-point game. But a couple threes from Clay Yo, and it's back to a 14-point advantage.
Yeah, started out slow for the Pilots, but able to come back, step up on defense a little bit, not falling asleep defensively, and then Clay Yo with a couple of threes that do put the Pilots up within 14. So that's huge for the Pilots, because I mean, if you come out of this timeout only up by 8, definitely Marian believes they're still in this game, so it'd not be good for the Pilots. So they definitely step things up. Whatever Lightfoot told them that timeout got him going, and a couple of threes from Clay. Huge for the Pilots, up by 14 with just under 16 minutes left in the second half. And it's nice too to see the seniors step up. It's nice for Clay Yo on his senior night to step up, hit a couple of big threes. It's always a good time when you can get the seniors to step up on a night that we get to honor them.
Which is such a stark contrast to last year's. We only had one senior in Travis Smith, so not much turnover on this roster. But this year, 5 guys all going through their senior years together, and what a senior season it has been for these 5 guys. As here's one of them right now, Caleb Ochin, going to drive down the lane, swing it back out, Nick Kindig. He can hit from back there, no good, tipped out, and a foul on the floor, and they say it's on Patrick Bell, and that's 4 on Bell. And Bell clearly frustrated. He's going to have to take a seat here. We'll see how long they go without him, and just like that, Gage Ott, inbound play, and he goes up for an and one.
Just like that, first play with Bell not on the court. Taking advantage of it down low, Gage out with 2, possibly 3. So that's definitely going to play a factor, not having their big man down low.
Pilots have certainly responded after that timeout from Coach Lightfoot, where he was getting after them for that slow start, as they've worked it right back to a 16-point advantage, 53-37, coming up on 15 and a half to go here in this one. Here's a 3 from Crawley, and he's got it. They're going to go down low again to Gage Ott. What a play from Gage Ott, catching it and getting himself turned to the basket for the layup. Here's Green. Crawley's going to try another 3 front iron, no good. Rebound Jordan Kuhn. We're going to have a foul on Andrew Jordan. Said he had a hold of his man. He's going to come out for Casey Earls. In for the Pilots, Trayvon Covington, as Nick Kindig takes a seat. Inbound at Jordan Kuhn's going to take a 3 off that pass, no good. Caleb Ochin on the offensive glass, and he lays it back up and in. Caleb Ochin getting a big man's basket underneath.
Pilots now up 17. Gonna get the offensive foul there, but momentum is definitely on their side.
On an illegal screen there against Guyman. That's Guyman's 4th. They're gonna leave him out there. Caleb Ochin with that last basket has 10 points, so him and Clay Yo, 2 players in double digits for the Pilots tonight. Trayvon Trayvon Covington, he's going to line up a 3 front iron, no good, and another offensive rebound for Caleb Ochin. Here's Kuhn driving down the lane, runs out of room, gets a pass into Gajot, who gets the roll. Here's Crawley. Stowers trying to drive in, and a foul called on Clay Yo as he tried to come over the top and help. So Stowers going to get 2 free throws here as the Pilots have pushed it to the biggest lead they've had all night, 19 points. Gajot going to take a seat now. Paul Foreman checking into the game as Stowers makes his first free throw. Makes the second as well. Caleb Ochin going to give it up to Paul Foreman. Good ball movement here by the Pilots. Trayvon Covington driving in and floats one home. Here's Green. Good hands there by Trayvon, knocking that ball loose. Paul Foreman gets down and dirty, gets the ball. Trayvon up ahead, draws the foul. Clay Yo came on the follow-through dunk, but Trayvon was fouled initially. Almost wish Trayvon hadn't have gotten fouled, so Clay could have had that highlight reel dunk. Can't get the roll. And second free throw is good. Here comes Stowers driving down the lane through some contacts. He'll head to the line. Able to hit the first. 12:45 to go here in this one. Pilots up 62 to 43. No free throw coming here, and he hits it, so 62-44. Pilots already in the bonus here with close to 13 minutes left. Pilots moving the ball around. Here comes Trayvon. Ochin thought about a 3. Goes to the corner. Nick Kindig will take a 3. No good. And Clay Yo and James Crawley coming together there. Foul on Clay. Jordan Kuhn and Gajot checking back into the game. And that will go over the half-court line for an over and back turnover there. Errant pass from Wes Stowers. Another turnover to the Pilots. Here's Gage out going in. Gage traveled, took an extra step. Even with that turnover, though, it's just really starting to feel like a game the Pilots have in hand. Even when Marian does get a basket, the Pilots come back and answer it. So it would take a heck of a run. Still 12 minutes to go, plenty of time, but just the way this game has gone, Marian would really have to turn it on this end of the floor. There's Curtis Green missing a layup. Comes Trayvon Covington, giving it up to Caleb Ochin. Jordan Kuhn trying to get fancy there. Gage Ott was not on the same page, and that will give Coach Lightfoot fits as he's shaking his head, walking up and down the sideline. Stowers, free throw line jumper, still can't find it. Caleb Ochin now, he's gonna take a three, hit it! And after that three, we're gonna get a timeout from Coach Lightfoot. Pilots now up 65-44. About 11 minutes left in this one, Justin, and really Marian seemed like they had a chance there at the beginning of the second half. They started out with an 8-0 run, had it to 8 points with a free throw, and Coach Lightfoot calls a timeout, got after his guys, and they've really responded since that point.
Yeah, Pilots definitely stepping it up, and for me, it really seems like they're enjoying the game. They're really having a good time playing. Really just unselfish play on all sides of the court, especially on the offensive production. They're really just giving the ball up to each other, really going for that best shot. And you saw there Caleb Ochin nailing the three to put the Pilots up by a convincing 21 points. So definitely the Pilots are really just enjoying this one. They're going to savor the end of this game. Still 11 minutes left, so still a chance for Marian, but the way the Pilots are playing, it seems as though they're going to take this one home.
Yeah, certainly would take a lot for the Knights to get rolling and come back in this one. And again, we talked about this earlier, but something we did kind of see really a lot from the Pilots to start off this season was getting a big lead where you and I would be sitting up here and now this feels pretty comfortable, and that lead would go away very quickly. And in conference play, that has not been the story for the Pilots. They have gotten big leads and held on to them even against very good competition. Not that Marian is not, but even against the best teams in this league, the Pilots have gotten out to some pretty significant leads, and they've taken care of business. They've especially taken care of business here on the home floor. With a win tonight, they'll complete an undefeated regular season here at home.
It'll be a huge accomplishment for the Pilots, especially being able to honor this as Mike Lightfoot court. It'd be a sweet way to kind of christen the court, being undefeated in conference at home. So big win for the Pilots tonight.
This three there, but another offensive rebound for Caleb Ochin. Pilots reset. Nice pass there from Caleb, finding his man. Gage Ott was ready that time for the flashy pass, and he finishes. Curtis Green driving in, going off glass and good there for the Knights. Here's Caleb Ochin stepping into a three and bang out. Getting after it on senior night. That's 16 for him there. Testing out his range. And the Pilots up 70-46. That ball tipped out. Good job there by Gage Ott on defense. Swinging it over. Trayvon's going to try a three, and Trayvon hits. All of a sudden, Pilots up 27.
And just like that, Pilots taking that dominating lead And it just looks like they're having a good time. 2 points there for Marian, getting a timeout from Coach Harris. But for me, Bethel is just really enjoying the game. They're having fun out there. They know it's senior night. They're honoring the seniors. They're honoring Lightfoot and Natali leaving after the season. So for them, there's a lot of unselfish play, and they're just really enjoying the game of basketball. There's not a lot of pressure right now with this lead. So really, it's just a fun way to honor the seniors, having these guys kind of step up and just, hey, Lightfoot's telling, hey, have some fun with it, be unselfish, and go win the game. So definitely a fun way for the seniors to go out. They're having a lot of time out, a good time out there.
Well, and I think the difference this season with this team is, at least in my time here at Bethel watching the Pilots these last 4 years, there's always been a stretch where they've kind of fallen apart. Like they've had a good team and they just start losing games where no one can really explain what's happening, but they just lose games. And while we've said this may not be, when you look at it, the most star-powered team Coach Lightfoot has had, I was talking to Was the other day, and he just said, you know, we haven't had that stretch, and it's just been the way we've gone about things from day one. And, you know, I was talking to Caleb Ochin last night. You know, I was like, you excited for senior night? And he looked at me, he's like, well, I'll be excited when we cut some nets down in a couple weeks. And just, I mean, and they just believe it. They believe that they're going to go out there, whether or not they're up 30 or up 3, that they're going to be able to come together and someone's going to hit that shot to get them that win. And that's just a difference that this team has that other teams haven't had.
Yeah, a lot of consistency throughout this season, even with a lot of injuries and a lot of guys having to take a break. There's just been consistent play from the Pilots and consistent kind of chemistry from the Pilots as well, and that's been huge for the Pilots in this season, having the success they've had.
Here's Clay Yell giving it up to Nick Kindig. Ball driving in. Good defense there from Patrick Bell, getting the block. There's West Stars driving in, coming over, and they're going to get, I think, Caleb Ochin with the foul there. Caleb's second foul. This is the 5th on the Pilots here in this half, so Marian not in the bonus yet. Mills stepping into a long 2, no good. Caleb Ochin skipping it cross court. Jordan Kuhn now going to drive baseline, go in off glass, and he's got it. A great find there across the court from Caleb Ochin. Jordan Kuhn, the good finish.
They're making it look easy out here, having a lot of fun. And there's another unselfish pass from Bang Out to Smooth for an easy 2. The guys are really enjoying it out there.
That shot finds nothing, but Marian does get the offensive rebound. Crowley puts up a 3, no good. There's Nick Kindig firing a pass into Jordan Kuhn. He gets a shot up. He's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. 8 minutes to go here in this one, and Pilots dominating, up 75-48. Got the students out here tonight cheering on Jordan on senior night as he shoots these free throws here.
Thanks, guys.
Free throw up and good from Jordan.
And what's fun too about having a lead like this is that there's going to be some guys that don't normally play. They're going to get to step up and play as well. There's 2 for Bell, but guys that don't normally play, that with this significant of a lead, Lightfoot hopefully able to bring some guys off the bench, give them a little more experience, and really just kind of go out with this game for some guys that haven't had a lot of playing time this year.
You mentioned this off air before the game, but I want to give your idea a try. We just get Was some breakaways, let him come off the bench, leave the cast on. He can just take a one-handed shot and go sit back down for senior night. I think if we get down to about a minute left, I'd like to see Was go out there and do that one. I don't know if it'll happen.
we'll let him just be on the court for that final whistle. That'd be a nice moment. We do have the 5 seniors, could have all 5 out there, so we'll see if we can get someone down there to yell Lightfoot for us.
And Paul Foreman gets it to roll around and finally fall in. This has definitely been the most balanced scoring effort we've seen out of the Pilots this season. As Mills hits that 3, but Caleb Ochin with 16, Clay Yo 13, Jordan Kuhn has 10 for double digits, but everybody else just sitting in that 5 to 9 point range. A lot of guys doing just a little bit of scoring for the Pilots tonight, and it's worked out as there's a turnover. Here comes Wes Stowers. Go over KC Earls. He's going to take a 3 and make a 3. And we're going to get a timeout as that brings it back to a 23-point advantage. Timeout here from Carson Harris. And to his credit and to his guys' credit, he's still coaching and they're still playing. This game seems to be out of hand, but certainly not going to give up until that final whistle blows. And I believe Marian being 2 games back, losing this one would lock in Grace. We would have our 8 teams. And if I remember correctly, Grace, the way it's set up, they should have a hold of the 8th seed. I don't think they can move up to the 7th seed. So for all intents and purposes, if the Pilots win this one, it should be Grace Bethel next Wednesday to open up the conference tournament. And how much fun would that be? That's a fantastic rivalry. Again, Grace isn't record-wise having the season that they're used to having or expect to have year in, year out, but they played a very close game at Winona Lake. Wasn't as close here, but it was still a very impassioned game. That was honoring Coach Lightfoot's retirement in that game. So they'll be coming in here, and you can't take anybody lightly in this league, especially in that tournament. So that would be a fantastic game to kick things off next Wednesday.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun to see that matchup. You mentioned a little bit that the rivalry that's kind of been created between these 2 schools on the basketball court. And Grace obviously hasn't done the best this year in the Crossroads, but even then, you cannot count out any team in this league. Anybody's able to take down anybody, even a Bethel College team. So that'll be a lot of fun if that does end up being the matchup.
Almost a turnover there, but Cage able to get it back, go to the basket, take the contact, and finish. So he will have a free throw coming for a 3-point play. And it was on Patrick Bell, so that is going to end Bell's night. Frustrating night for Bell. He had some good plays, some good moments, but just had himself in some foul trouble. Really couldn't consistently stay out there for the Knights. And Gage-Ott able to hit his free throw, finish the 3-point play there. Puts the Pilots up 82-56, 6 minutes to go here on senior night. As Mills takes a 3, no good. Rebound by Jordan Kuhn.
You mentioned earlier how Coach Harris is still coaching on the Marian side, but if you go to Bethel side, being in this high of a lead, Lightfoot is still coaching his guys to a victory. He still is coaching these guys like it is a 2-point game and not a 24-point game. So it's huge there from Lightfoot that he foul there on the Pilots, but it's just cool to see Lightfoot as a coach, just being his last season, this game where it's kind of out of control now, but he still is getting frustrated when his guys are making mistakes. He's still trying to coach them to victory. So Lightfoot, he knows how to do it. He's been doing it here at Bethel for 30 years, so it's cool to just kind of see him coach these guys to the last minute, and he's doing a great job of that.
It could get to the point where Coach Lightfoot had the team manager on the floor and he would still be coaching as if a national championship was on the line. That's just the kind of guy he is, as Jordan Kuhn and Clay Yo going to take a seat here. Caleb Ochin and Trayvon Covington checking back into the game as Curtis Green hits his free throw. Caleb Ochin. We go down low, Luke Fisher able to get a hold of that pass, throw it up, no good, but Ochin has been doing work on the offensive glass here in this second half. I think that's 4 offensive rebounds for Caleb, and all of them have led to Pilot baskets. Green driving in, what a play from Trayvon Covington. And a foul on Gage Ott, and that was on a 3-point attempt, so 3 free throws coming. And Mills able to hit the first free throw there. Still 2 more coming. Second one, front iron, no good. Paul Foreman going to come in for Gage after that foul. As we said, Coach Lightfoot still coaching. First thing he does is grab Gage and talk about that play, closing out on that 3-pointer. As Mills is able to hit 2 of 3. Final 5 minutes here from the White Camp Athletics Center. Oh, what a give and go there from Trayvon and Paul Foreman. Fantastic play from those two. Trayvon gets an easy basket, and then Mills travels, turning it over. Caleb Ochin driving baseline, is up to Luke Fisher, and then a foul is going to get called against Crawley reaching in there. So Luke will head to the line for 2 free throws. Pilots are in the double bonus. First free throw up and good from Luke.
Subs on for the Pilots. We see Tanner Shepard and Grant Gaylor for the first time. Caleb Ochin taking a seat, getting a big old hug from Mike Lightfoot along with Paul Foreman taking a seat as well. But this is what I mentioned, is that you get guys like Tanner and Grant who don't see a lot of playing time. Because you have this big of a lead, they're getting to be able to step up, have some fun, play with the guys, and just kind of get some more confidence on the court. So it'll be fun to see, as there's still 4.5 minutes left in this game, see these guys kind of step up.
Well, and you'd think with that big hug that Caleb just got, that could be it for him here these final 4 minutes, as that goes out of bounds off of Guyman. He'll go back to the Pilots. Swinging it out, Trayvon's gonna line up a 3. He's got it. Trayvon Covington knocking that one home, and Trayvon has snuck his way up to lead the team in scoring. 17 points tonight off the bench for Trayvon Covington. Swinging it out, Mills trying to answer with a deep 3 of his own. Offensive rebound by Guyman. And a foul called on Tanner Shepard as Guyman goes in and gets the basket.
And for the Pilots, Nick will take a seat. One of our seniors and I had a great game. And Brady Bechtel, a name we have, I don't think we've called all season. He's a freshman coming up. Great ball player, able to get some playing time still with just under 4 minutes left in this game.
Every time one of these seniors steps off the court, they get a standing ovation from the crowd. No seniors left out there right now.
Still have 3.5 minutes left to put Wasink back in there, so we'll see if Lightfoot decides to do that one.
Nice entry pass to Luke Fisher, and then good defense from Crawley. Ball tipped up in the air, going around, and Crawley ends up with the rebound. three from the corner is no good. Luke Fisher on the rebound there. Here comes Grant Gaylor. Luke able to corral that pass and go in for the score. So Luke's up to double digits now. 10 points for Luke off the bench. And a turnover there for KC Earls. Here comes Tanner Shepard. He's going to go to the basket, and Tanner Shepard, he's on the board.
That was a confident T-Shep, able to get an easy 2 points. Made it look easy at least there. He worked hard for those ones. First points there for T-Shep.
And Crawley stepped into a three, couldn't hit it, but the offensive rebound for Guyman as he puts it back up and in. Here comes Trayvon Covington spinning, throwing it cross court. Brady Bechtel's lining up a three, and he gets it to roll home as Brady Bechtel hits his shot. They're going to call a quick timeout, get some subs in as Coach Lightfoot's emptying the bench.
Awesome there for Brady to get some points. And also on the court, Kyle Thompson comes back out. Chase is going to get his first minutes there. And then quick shout out to my roommate, Will Stevie, getting some time on the court. Just over 2 minutes left. We've got some guys out there who do not see a lot of playing time, so this will be a lot of fun these last 2 minutes to see these guys play.
Casey Earl stepping back for a three, no good. Grant Gaylor chasing down the rebound, turns it over, trying to save it from going out of bounds. Guyman drives in, takes the contact, and finishes. They'll have a chance for the three-point play. Guyman's able to hit it. That was Brady Bechtel. Grant Gaylor lines up a three and knocks it down. Grant Gaylor getting himself on the board. Pilots up 101-68. Final minute 20 as we got a foul on Chase. That free throw rolls home for Jake Mills. Have one more coming. Brady Bechtel's gonna try another three, and Brady, he's knocked down two of them. 6 points for Brady. Driving down the lane, KC Earls gets that to go. Under a minute left here. Kyle Thompson back to the basket, going to work. Misses, gets his own miss, can't get the putback. Bechtel on the rebound, about a 5-second difference between shot and game clock. Grant Gaylor had to take a corner three. And that will be Pilot ball, that'll do it. Final 20 seconds, get across half court. And there it is. That is an undefeated regular season here on the home court for the Pilots. They're going to win it 101-72 here on senior night. One more time, giving a shout out to Clay Yo, Jordan Kuhn, Nick Kindig, Ryan Wassink,
And Caleb Ochin.
Caleb Ochin. Bang out, I'm so sorry. Had a brain fart there with him, but what a great senior class and a great night for all those guys. No, Wass didn't get in there. We didn't get our wish, but all the seniors that could play had a great night. Wass should get another chance here on the home court in that conference tournament. Again, it'll be next Wednesday. Pilots finish off the regular season Saturday at St. Francis before starting up conference play. And again, Bethel Sports Network will bring that one to you next Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. And that will be Justin bringing that one here to you. It's also my senior night here tonight, folks. This is going to be my last game here with the Bethel Sports Network. For the last better part of 3 seasons, I've had the privilege to come do this, and I've had great guys around me, all the guys up here in the booth, everybody at Bethel Sports Network, guys like Justin up here, and we just get to come out here, have fun. We know all these guys get to call these games. It has been a fun 3 years. So we don't know how many people watch, but thank you to all those who do, and it has been a fun time. And so I will say, everybody have a great night. Bethel Sports Network will see you next time, and maybe I'll see some of you down the road. For Justin, I'm Ethan. Have a fantastic evening.